Good evening, everyone from Imola. It is time as Dorian Pitt, Imola Gobiash here on the Varela with Dries Vantor, Joshua Pierce, Brett Harley, Alex Lynn, Kevin Magnuson, Ross Gunn, Earl Bamber, Augusto Farfus, Antonio Foco, Antonio Giovinazzi, Yee, Hawaii, Marco Sorensen, Kevin Estra, Antonio Felix Acosta, It's Charles, York Bergmeister, Jordan Taylor, Valentino Rossi as home race with Logan Sargent, Bruno Senna, Joey Han, and finally Andre Lara. Well, it's time for WEC here in Italy at Imola. Lights out, and away we go with 500 lights ablaze, and WEC is underway for the first time on speed. That's a good getaway for the two Apex GP drivers in hypercar. Agamori Kobayashi, the Toyota driver around the outside, and the Japanese native Kobayashi to the lead right at the start. What an insane start with the hypercars as we look at LMGT3. In LMGT3 is the V8 powered Toyota Supra, and it's Charles leading the race from Brazil. The Gazoo Racing Toyota out in front, but Bergmeister is right there around the inside. The Penske Porsche now part of LMGT3, and York Bergmeister tucks the inside. He cannot quite execute the move. And then there's Valentino Rossi alongside him as well as Kobayashi leads. Those tires are sadly torched right now on these cars. At least they're going to be torched fairly soon as Kobayashi leads the race. You are right. Agamori Kobayashi out in front. He'll lead in hypercar. The fast hypercars will lead the way as behind them are the cars in LMGT3 that are being led by It's Charles. So the cars you see in 17th on back are the cars in LMGT3, and It's Charles is leading, but behind him is Jordan Taylor for TF Corvette Racing, powered by Toro Rosso Red Bull Racing. And then behind Taylor is York Bergmeister, and right over there is a debuting Genesis hypercar, the Genesis GMR 001, and then there's the Alpine. And here comes the Valkyrie, Marco Sorensen trying to get out in front of Yee in his Alpine. And you can see right there Giovinazzi alongside him as well, as Kobayashi's still out in front, but Pierce is gaining fast. That V8 powered all new Mercedes Apex GP Hypercar E-Performance is ready to go. We're right on board with Dries Vantor, the brother of Lawrence Vantor. If I'm mistaken, that is also his name, Lawrence Vantor, the Vantor brothers, and we run aboard with former BMW driver Augusto Farfus. And you know, Farfus had a really interesting storyline, as he's side by side with Kevin Magnuson. The former Formula 1 driver Kevin Magnuson is past Augusto Farfus. Yeah, Farfus had a really good season. Earl Bamber pits. Earl Bamber comes to the pits for Hertz Team Toyota Cadillac. We'll see if anyone follows Earl Bamber into the pits. Right now, he is the first one to come in the pits on lap 4 of the 6 hours of Imola. Bergmeister takes the lead as It's Charles for Toyota Supra, and LMGT3 come in the pits, and Joey Han in the Mustang is in the pits for Ford LMGT3. And it's really interesting right here, as Bamber will have a ton of speed, not just because of the faster and fresher tires, but because this is a hypercar. The Cadillac V-Series R is way faster than the GT cars themselves. We ride on board with It's Charles in the Toyota Supra as he tucks the outside. He gets past fellow Brazilian Bruno Senna. And now he's going to the outside of Logan Sargent, and back out in front is Charles in the Toyota Supra. the V8 supercar powered Toyota Supra in front. Here comes Marco Sorensen getting past the LMGT3 cars as the rest of the pack, mainly the ones in hypercar, coming to the pits, running hardly. And then Farfus, BMW's in there, DaCosta's in, so too is Alex Lynn. I saw him and the other Cadillac. That's the Wheel Engineering Cadillac. He is ahead of York Bergmeister. Bergmeister still leading in LMGT3 actually, if I'm not mistaken, and Ed Charles is falling right behind him as the rest of the cars in hypercar coming to the pits. You can see Astra making a move. Here comes Astra, and the other Genesis almost right in the back of the Toyota. Here comes Kevin Estra in the all-new debuting Genesis car, and there's his teammate Augusto Farfus right behind him. Farfus, a former BMW driver, was called by the Genesis team to come drive this car along with Porsche driver Kevin Estra. And speaking of Porsche drivers, here is York Bergmeister getting passed by hypercar after hypercar after hypercar. Yeah, the German driver Bergmeister, a long-time Porsche driver. Actually, I think he had some time with Kevin Estra because Estra has won so many endurance races. And look at Farfus here. Foco is the last hypercar thing. No, it's actually Antonio Acosta. Well, we can see is Charles is right behind him, and Bergmeister dives into the pits. So York Bergmeister dives into the pits. Look at it, Charles go. He's going to the outside there. They go so far, it's not going to happen as he passes a few more hypercars that just came into the pits. That's absolutely insane, no. The way he was able to make a move, he was in the slipstream of that Genesis. That is really insane. That tells you how fast that this car is. We take a look here. Kevin Magnussen, look at this battle. As Magnussen is under pressure by so many cars. Look at this. We got a Ferrari. That's Antonio Giovinazzi. And there's Augusto Farfus. And around the inside comes Ross Gunn in the Aston Martin Valkyrie, not wasting any time. Oh my, that was insane. What a move by Ross Gunn in the Aston Martin Valkyrie, making a huge move. And meanwhile, the Genesis of Augusto Farfus falls out to 11th. We'll see if Ross Gunn can make a move on Antonio Giovinazzi. But man, that was insane. What a move. As we watch Farfus still trying to hang on. There's more passes going on. I think I saw Kevin Estra. Yes, Estra. Now under pressure from Antonio Foco and the other Ferrari hypercar. And behind them is Earl Bamber and the Hertz Jonah Cadillac. Bamber goes right there. He's right behind him. Look at Estra still side by side with Foco. And there goes Estra steaming past the Ferrari 499P. And now Estra still side by side with the Ferrari. And there's a car right in front of him. That's Kevin Magnussen in the BMW. And right there, Estra just gets out front, and it's almost a collision. Bamber gets right alongside Foco, and through goes the man from New Zealand. And he's not only going to do that, he'll get past Kevin Estra. Through goes the Cadillac V Series R. Unreal. That was insane. What a pass. That was brilliant. Brilliant driving. Brilliant driving. We watch in LMGT3 as I think Joey Hand in the Mercedes, well, not the Mustang. And look at this, Dorian Pitt ahead there of Joshua Pierce. There's problems as here comes Kobayashi around the inside. Actually around the outside, he gets right past Alex Lynn in the Wheel Engineering Action Express Cadillac. That car right there, the 31 Cadillac of Alex Lynn for Action Express Racing, getting right past Kobayashi, in fact. And he is past. Alex Lynn gets right past Kamui Kobayashi and Alex Lynn. Driving for Action Express Racing. You never know what Lynn can pull out of the shadows. Alex Lynn for the Cadillac team. Another one of the many Cadillac V-Series Rs in the field. Of course, we have Earl Bamber in the Hertz Team Jota Cadillac. But then, Action Express Racing, and they're powered by Wheeling Engineering. That car right there, Alex Lynn, will be right alongside the two Apex GP cars. And they're not the only ones making their debut in the WEC. We also got Genesis as we watch Joe Nancy and Marco Sorensen. Then there's Kevin Magnussen. We're looking over these guys. Their tires are absolutely torched right now. There's Bamber. He's ahead of Farfus. And then Estra, his teammate. Yeah, here we can see YE. And Jordan Taylor is leading in a showy hand. And then Valentino Rossi is moving. There's a move right there. Rossi is behind. He's behind Joey Hand. That's Laura, Bergmeister, Charles, Sargent, and Bruno Senna. Alex Lynn is in the pits for Wheeling Engineering Cadillac. And Dorian Pitts, she dives into the pits. Dorian Pin is in the pits, and she's not the only one. Here comes Dries Vantor, and that was Kobayashi. Yes, Kobayashi did come to the pits. Here comes Alex Lynn right past the Valkyrie, and Lynn is up some positions. Through goes Alex Lynn. He's up to third in the Wheeling Engineering Cadillac. Can Joshua Pierce hold on for much longer? I'm not sure he can. Here's Farfus. He's trying to make a move, and there goes the Valkyrie trying to make a move. It's Ross Gunn trying to get past Reese Vantor. We watch Alex Lynn meanwhile. We can see Lynn as Taylor is still leading LMGT3, but Bergmeister is right behind him. Yeah, that's right. York Bergmeister will try and get ahead there of Jordan Taylor. We're right on board with Logan Sargent. But meanwhile, as the battle in LMGT3 is going on, can Joshua Pierce hold off Brendan Hartley and Alex Lynn for the overall and hypercar victory? Right now, Joshua Pierce trying to hold off the Toyota and the Cadillac Apex GP on their debut race for hypercar. But there goes Lynn. Lynn is immediately past Brendan Hartley, and with just 2 laps remaining at the 6 hours of Imola, it'll be up to Alex Lynn to win overall, as Bamber's got serious problems in the other Cadillac, and Magnussen's making a few moves. Look at this. DaCosta, and then Estra, and right behind them is the Alpine of YE. The two Alpines are having a massive scrap at it as Estra side by side, and here come the Alpines. And then DaCosta, they're side by side, the Alpines. With 2 laps to go, it's anyone's position now. This is about for last place in hypercar. And what a battle it is. As Lauder is right behind him at dead last, trying to get past it's Charles, but Taylor continues to lead. And Bergmeister has lost track of him. Here comes Bruno Senna around the inside. The McLaren is through, and Bruno Senna goes up to third in LMGT3. Now, the final lap of this race. Who will it be? Mercedes or Cadillac? Alex Lynn goes to the inside. He takes the lead as the last lap begins. Alex Lynn leads for the Cadillac V-Series R manufacturer. Incredible stuff. Alex Lynn takes the lead. Look at Hartley, under-attack by his own teammate. Kobayashi around the inside. The two Toyotas going after it. That's insane. Here comes Bamber meanwhile. Earl Bamber getting right past the Ferrari of Antonio Giovinazzi. In their home race, Ferrari will not score a victory. And what a debut this will be for Genesis and for the Mercedes hypercar team. Jordan Taylor still leading in his Toro Rosso Power Corvette. There he goes, the TF Motorsport Corvette. Our TF Racing Corvette, powered by Red Bull Toro Rosso, is going to lead this race all the way to the end. And speaking of which, Wheel Engineering Cadillac, in their first full-time season in the WEC, are going to score victory. No longer will they say they are just IMSA winners. They are now WEC winners. Alex Lynn wins in Hypercar, and he wins for Action Express Wheel Engineering Cadillac. Incredible! Alex Lynn gets his first win for the Cadillac V-Series R team, and for the first time ever, the Cadillac V-Series R wins in Italian home soil. Well, not home soil, but they win in Italian soil. They win in Imola. What a debut for the Mercedes Hypercar team, as well as the Genesis team. They don't really score points, but they did well. Meanwhile, in the final class of the WEC is LMGT3, and Jordan Taylor, a veteran racer for Corvette, will take victory. One away to start the season for Corvette Racing. Jordan Taylor wins in LMGT3 ahead of York Bergmeister and Bruno Senna to complete the podium. In LMGT3, Alex Lynn and Jordan Taylor, they are your winners in WEC. Alex Lynn wins for Cadillac and Taylor wins for Corvette. Alex Lynn on the top step of the podium. He wins in overall and in hypercar. Meanwhile, in LMGT3, it's victory for Jordan Taylor and TF Corvette Racing. Incredible stuff to say the least, as that is unbelievable. What a day for Cadillac. It's a double podium as well for Mercedes in their hypercar debut. After spending so many seasons in LMGT3, they are now a part of hypercar with Joshua Pierce and Dorian Pin. And Dorian, how about that? Incredible. Second place, she did well. But it's Alex Lynn and not Hertz Team Toyota Cadillac technically. It's Alex Lynn for Action Express Racing, powered by Wheel Engineering. They take victory in hypercar and in overall. And as we mentioned before, Jordan Taylor taking victory for Corvette Racing. And that is unbelievable. And, oh man, our first ever broadcast with WEC on speed has to be a major success. I can't wait until on May 1st, this will be on demand on YouTube and on other socials and on Speed Demand. This will be incredible, and the highlights, they don't lie. And that was incredible. What a race to start the season.